Welcome to Our World Today.
And I'm really thinking that Hillary, this is why I think that we should go with her, because we're not just getting Hillary, it's called Billary. Getting 2 for 1, and all she has all that experience, and she's got a great reputation with foreign affairs, which I think that if Trump gets nominated, every time we've had a Republican Party, like we have all these wars, and people hate us, and the Clintons left the country in good shape. I mean, we didn't have debt. She actually introduced the idea with Bill of health care, and that women, get this, the insurance companies used to be able to kick us out under the curb, right under the bus,
Not that
when we got pregnant, and you only stayed for 1 day in the hospital.
Okay.
And she got 2 days.
Not that I disagree, but just to play devil's advocate, there are people that think the corporations control Hillary, and so if she gets in, it'll just
Are you saying that the corporations, Trump is the corporation?
Okay.
And he
Okay.
says that, I think he's one of the ones that said corporations are people. I think he's one of the ones, and here's what I like about the Clintons. Everybody says, even today, some kids said, well, because apparently it was her answer to the young people and why she's not getting votes. Well, Hillary, you apparently you're dishonest, and I don't think that's a bad thing, because I'll tell you, they have to negotiate with the Middle East. They're not people of the word, and I like that they have that barracuda factor, Billary, to be able to navigate Washington, because if you're honest, you're not going to be able to navigate Washington. So if you want to get something pushed through, you have to have that element. You have to be able to know how to play those cards with those people that are playing with you. And that's why I like their experience. They go way back. How do you get elected if you're not dishonest?
Well, that's true. I'm like, oh, do you lie? Yes? Okay, please come run for president.
Let's talk about politics in Russia, right?
Okay.
Let's
I tried to stay out of it.
Let's talk about the double speak there, that it's just part of the culture that people talk on 2 levels, right?
Well, I suppose so. I mean, I think it's everywhere. It's no matter what country you go to, you're going to have politics. In the entertainment industry, every single industry, there is politics. You have to, abide by if you want to play the game.
Play the game, money speaks. There's a lot of terms for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
He's inhaling right now. His
I
2 women
remember-
are
it's okay.
opposing him. He's gotten very red.
Okay.
It's rosacea, but I digress.
Yeah.
It only pops out when he's a little excited.
These 3 women on site, anyway, we digress.
Well, no, but they say that, like in Victorian times, like the etiquette you should never talk politics.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Or money.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just
Religion,
talked about
politics, money.
Religion. So let's move on to religion.
Yes.
And it's called Spotlight, right? The movie Spotlight.
Oh, yes.
I've not heard of this.
Spotlight is the true story about uncovering with the Archbishop level.
Yeah, it was a Spotlight I saw Spotlight last week, and it was a small group in the Boston Tribune, I think it was, and they covered stories for a few months, and this is the one they covered.
Yeah, and they broke it, and then they broke it all over the world. And my problem with Spotlight is I felt the performances. It was like a movie of the week. And how I describe this whole thing is, okay, it's great, sensational subject matter. Let's compare this movie with All the President's Men, where they uncovered Watergate, and the difference in performance and filmmaking. There's just no comparison.
The question here is, Michael Keaton, is he nominated for Spotlight?
I don't think he is, but I just felt there were all the performances that people were indicating, and I don't know whether that was directorial or they didn't trust their performances, but I think that it's gotten a lot of attention because the subject matter is sensational, but there's also a very small Canadian film, it wasn't small at the time, called The Boys of St. Vincent, and that dealt with the true story, same subject matter, and I felt it was a much better film, but a lot of times the subject matter is sensational. And I remember I worked with Tony Curtis, and he said, Lisa, there are no great actors, just great roles. And when you think about it, sometimes if it's a great script, everybody gets nominated because it gets the attention. And unfortunately, what I notice is because there aren't a lot of roles for women, my philosophy is if you get a leading role as a woman, doesn't matter, you get nominated. Whereas the men, if you get nominated, it's so competitive because there's so many roles for men. So if you get nominated, the competition is intense.
Yes. Well, that is why we need more women.
More women, more blacks, more Asians, more, Latinos.
Yes, of course.